Jai Sri Krishna. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 5, Sri Narada instruction on Srimad Bhagavatam for Vyasadeva Goswami. Here in the verse 22, it is mentioned that learned circles have positively concluded that the infallible purpose of the advancement of knowledge, namely austerities, study of the Vedas, sacrifice, chanting of humans, and charity, culminated in the transcendental description of the Lord, who is defined in choice poetry. So here it is mentioned, idam hi pusam tapasaḥ śrutasya bhaistavsya sūktasya cha buddhi-dattayoḥ avicyuto kavibhir nirūpito yad-uttamaśloka-guṇānuvarṇanam. It means here the purport is human intellect is developed for advancement of learning in act, science, philosophy, physics, chemistry, philosophical, economic, politics, etc. By culture of such knowledge, the human society can attain perfection of life. This perfection of life culminates in the realization of the Supreme Being, Vishnu. The Shruti therefore directs that those who are actually advanced in the learning should aspire for the service of the Lord Vishnu. Unfortunately, persons who are enamored by the external beauty of Vishnu Maya do not understand that culmination of perfection or self-realization depends on Vishnu. Vishnu Maya means sense enjoyment, which is transient and miserable. Those who are entrapped by Vishnu Maya utilize the advancement of knowledge for sense gratification, sense enjoyment. Sri Narada Muni has explained that all paraphernalia of the cosmic universe is but an emanation from the Lord out of his different energy because the Lord has set in motion by his inconceivable energy the action and reaction of the created manifestation. They have come to be out of his energy. They rest on his energy and after annihilation they merge into him. Nothing is therefore different from him, but at the same time the Lord is always different from them. When advancement of knowledge is applied in the service of the Lord, the whole process becomes absolute. The personality of Godhead and his transcendental name, fame, glory, etc. are all non-different from him. Therefore, all the sage and devotee of the Lord have recommended that the subject matter of art, science, philosophy, physics, chemistry, psychology, and all other branches of knowledge should be wholly and slowly applied in the service of the Lord. Art, literature, poetry, painting, etc. may be used in glorification in the Lord. The fiction writer, poets, and celebrate literature are generally engaged in the writing of a sensuous subject, but if they turn towards the service of the Lord, they can describe the transcendental pastime of Lord. Valmiki was a great poet, and similarly Vyasadeva is a great writer, and both of them have absolute energy, engaged themselves in the delineating the transcendental activities of the Lord, and by doing so have become immortal. Similarly, science and philosophy also should be applied in the service of the Lord. There is no use presenting dry speculation theory for sense gratification. Philosophy and science should be engaged to establish the glory of the Lord. Advanced people are eager to understand the absolute truth through the medium of science, and therefore a great scientist should endeavor to prove the existence of Lord on a sacrificial basis. Similarly, philosophical speculation should be utilized to establish the supreme truth as a sentient and all powerful. Similarly, all other branches of knowledge should always be engaged in the service of the Lord. In the Bhagavad Gita also, the same is affirmed. All knowledge not engaged in the service of Lord but nescience. Real Real utilization of advance and knowledge is to establish the glory of the Lord, and that is the real import. S- Scientific knowledge engaged in the service of the Lord and all similar activities are all factually Hari Kirtana or glorification of the Lord. So here it is mentioned that if you are doing something or whatever the work you are doing, whatever the advancement on the knowledge, it should be at the end it should become mm, to engage in the service of the Lord Sri Krishna or the glorification of the Lord, or else it is there is no benefit from that. Whatever the advancement of the science in the science, any other um, knowledge that should be engaged to glorify in the supreme personality of a Godhead. Jai Jagannath, Jai Shri Krishna.